come here and stand up for Manchester, and I'm not going to be shouted down by people who haven't got the guts and don't care about standing up for Manchester. I want to talk tonight about fairness. Fairness. If David Cameron treated Manchester the same way he treats Oxfordshire, where his constituency is, Manchester would be £160 million a year better off. £160 million a year. There won't be any cuts this year. There won't be any cuts next year. What would we do with £160 million? What would we do with that? We'd have 2,000 more people working for us, workers delivering services for the people of Manchester. We'd have roads in good condition. We'd have libraries longer for longer periods of time. Just £1 million could buy 50 extra care packages. It could buy 150 extra care flats. Real services for real people. And we need to send that message to Cameron that we are standing up for Manchester and we won't stand for anything other than a fair deal for Manchester. But let's be honest about it. Let's be honest about it. Do we really think we're going to get a fair deal from Cameron or his crony Clegg? No, we're not going to get a fair deal from Cameron and Clegg. So what we have to do in May, if we really want to stand up for Manchester, is make sure we get rid of Cameron and Clegg. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You've got the figures about Cameron's part of the world and what we have to face in Manchester. Right, now can you put your hands together and show some respect for Annette Wright, who's President of Manchester Trades Council. Thank you.
Hiya folks, thanks very much. I'm the President of Manchester Trades Council, which is the local body of the Trade Union Congress, and we don't think the City Council should be procuring services from G4S, and the rest of you over there might like some of what I have to say. In 2013, the Trade Union Congress adopted a policy that we think there should be an alternative to the Tories' disastrous economic strategy in this country. That alternative should consist of tax justice, investment, job creation, public ownership and the redistribution of wealth. We are opposed to austerity and we are opposed to politically motivated cuts. And make no mistake that these cuts from central government on this city are politically motivated cuts on a northern working class labour and trade union city. And it's right that we're all standing here and saying we do not want any more of this here. We are working with people who cannot work in this country at the moment. It is very, very difficult to enter the labour market when you have no money whatsoever because this government is sanctioning your benefit. You cannot work when you're sleeping on the streets, you've got nowhere to live and you've got no food. You cannot enter employment when your mental and physical health is so poor that you cannot get through a day in the workplace. These are the people these cuts are affecting most, and these are the people we have to stand up for tonight. Our branches are coming to us with lots of issues, and the one of most concern to us at the moment is cuts to mental health and advocacy services. Our Unison branch are telling us that people are losing their homes, their jobs, and in some cases their lives. We are going to be working with that branch to defend mental health services, and I hope we can have a united campaign in this city against these cuts which have been caused by this Tory government to defend services that any of us may need at some points in our lives. So to finish, I just want to say, at this point in our lives here tonight, let us send a united message that we have had enough of this government of Tories and their hangers-on. We don't want Tories representing us in this city. We don't want Tory ideology in this city. And we do not want any more Tory cuts in this city. Thanks very much. Solidarity.
Absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much. Now, a very special moment in Manchester and Albert Square. The legend that is Shaun Ryder speaking up for his city, speaking up for kids, speaking up for older people. Put your hands together for the legendary Shaun Ryder.
Thank you everybody. Now here's a little speech I prepared about 2 minutes ago when I first really found out I was speaking. So here we go. I'm here to show my support against the government cuts. The young and the old are the most vulnerable members of our society. 40% of children in Manchester live below the breadline. 1.6 million pensioners living in severe poverty. And that's just not acceptable in this city in 2015. In fact, it's not acceptable in any city in 2015. Where we go, yeah. So the young and the old are being battered by these cuts. And as we all know, it's the Labour-controlled councils that are taking the brunt of it. So, thank you. Cheers. I could do a big rant that goes on for 10 minutes, but I won't. Thanks.
Right, will you welcome back one of Manchester's most talented artists, Claire Mooney. Welcome back, give a good hand to us, Claire.
We were arrested because Pat
Okay, whatever campaign you're here to support tonight, whatever campaign, whether it's around Palestine, against TIP, this is for you because we need radicals. Who says things can't change, that you can't make waves these days? Who believes can succeed? This world is full of the brave, and the rebels come. We come from everywhere. If you look behind the walls of houses and the streets, you'll find us there. In the factories and yards, the classrooms and the bars, we come. Ordinary rebels everywhere.
To domestic violence units, what we want to do is provide safety and security for the most vulnerable people that need it. Societies are judged by the way they treat their most vulnerable members, and we really have to do something about it. The only thing we have is to stand united against the Conservatives and against this attack. We've disproportionately affected our services will go if we do not stand up against this stuff. I can't stress how important this is. People think it's hyperbole, but the first thing the Tories are going to do when they get in is put the trade unions. They're going to come in and take away the public sector's right to strike. They're going to stop organising. They've already taken away check-off. So I want to say, absolutely second everything that Annette said. You said it far more eloquently than I could. We're losing out. We need to make sure we're securing the domestic violence services.
Put your phone up then and turn it towards the BBC, which is on Albert's statue there, please. So tweet again, Man versus Cam. And then put your camera up towards the BBC there, please. Thank you.
No amount of hashtags is going to save your political career, Patrick. This Pat Carney, this is the only gesture of anti-cuts activity we've seen from him for the last 4 years. There's an election coming and he's bringing out the hashtags. Did he bring out a vote against cuts in his council meetings last year? No. Did he do it the year before? No, of course he didn't. But now he's got a hashtag. The world is saved.
I put myself into soul, and everything will be okay. 'Cause I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. Here I go, still scratching around in the same old hole.
Labour, Tory, same old story. 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 Labour, Tory, same old story.
Half the world away, half the world away. I've been lost, I've been found, but I don't feel bad. Don't feel down. Don't feel down. Don't feel down. Don't feel down.
Where's Pat Carney gone? He's not going to face the music.
Thanks very much.
He's voted through cuts again this year. Pat, where have you gone?
He's left me here.
Oh, he's a coward in every
I'm
sense.
brave, I'm brave. For all of you guys, I know you're heart and soul radical, so good on you. Stand up. Stand up against the cut. Stand up, stand up. Stand up. Stand up against the cuts. Oh, stand up. Stand up. Stand up against the cuts. Go on and stand up. 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 Stand up against the cuts. Thank you.
That was absolutely brilliant. Put your hands together.
Another
Hi,
52 million in cuts this year.
Original talent, Manchester.
Original gobshite,
Brilliant.
Pat Carney.
Thank you, every one of you, for braving the cold tonight. You are all stars and heroes. Thank you very much for coming. There's no more fireworks tonight. It's not Christmas, not New Year. So thank you, everybody, and getting out of the cold pretty quickly. Thank you.
Don't vote for this pro-cuts, pro-war party. Can you hear your applause, Pat? Did you hear your applause just then? No, me neither. Don't vote Labour. Organise against the cuts. Labour, Tory, they're all the same.
One party system.